This is 9 News.
Good morning, everybody. We start with some breaking news. There are 5 schools in the Cherry Creek School District that are currently on secure perimeter. That's because of police activity in the area.
Testing them all, what the district says that includes Dakota Valley Elementary, Aspen Crossing Elementary, Sunrise Elementary, Mountain Vista Elementary School, and Sky Vista Middle School. Recorded phone messages were sent to parents of all students at those schools that are affected, but they're saying no one's heard, but they want to let parents know.
And they are inside. All the kids are inside.
Absolutely. Okay, happening right now, a funeral is being held for the doctor who was shot and killed in a Centennial neighborhood last week.
Services for Dr. Ken Atkinson are being held at the Cherry Creek Presbyterian Church. He was shot last week along with 2 other women who survived their injuries. The suspected gunman is the husband of one of those women and remains in custody today. Neighbors say Atkinson was shot when he rushed in to help.
Denver Crime Stoppers needs your help to track down something that was stolen from a high school party in Glendale. We're talking about a rifle with more than 200 rounds of ammunition. The rifle is a Knight's armament. Here's a photo of what the rifle and optical sight look like. Police have issued a BOLO, or be on the lookout, on this weapon, and it does pose a big safety threat. This rifle was stolen from a party in the 4500 block of Cherry Creek Drive. It was mainly attended by Denver East High School students. So anyone who knows about this party or knows anything about this situation should call Crime Stoppers. The phone number is on your screen, 720-913-STOP. You could be eligible for a reward of up to $2,000, but police want to make sure that this gun is returned.
There is a new development in the Brussels terrorist bombings investigation. Apparently, the capital city of Belgium was not the original target of the terrorists. A Belgian federal prosecutor says one of the suspects, Mohamed Abrini, has told police the terrorist cell that attacked Paris in November had intended to strike again in France, but because of pressure from authorities, they switched their plans to Brussels. It's 2016, but the fallout continues from the financial crisis of 2008. The Justice Department has announced a $5 billion settlement with Goldman Sachs over the sale of mortgage-backed securities leading up to that year's financial crisis.
The deal resolves state and federal probes into the sale of shoddy mortgages before the housing bubble burst and economic meltdown. Now, it requires the bank to pay a $2.4 billion civil penalty. Goldman Sachs also has to pay an extra $1.8 billion in relief. That money will go to underwater homeowners and distressed borrowers. The bank will also have to pay $875 million in other claims.
Earlier today, there wasn't much to look out on this morning from Lookout Mountain. It was hard to see much. Snow in the foothills, rain in the city, a lot of fog up there as well. But we just want to know when the sun's coming back, because not much today at all. But Lynn is here now. Tomorrow?
Yes, the sun will come out. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you were doing. Cloudier skies today with rain and snow in the forecast across Colorado. Now, most of that stormy weather has moved out of the metro area, and it's working its way into southern Colorado right now and parts of the Great Plains. A closer view, and you can see where that snow is just tapering off along I-25, but possibly affecting Raton Pass for the folks that are traveling southbound on I-25. The view around the city right now, we're done with the rain and the snow. We've got cloudy skies right now. Still some scattered rain and snow showers in the forecast for the mountains, and a possibility to see some light rain along I-25 to the south as folks are maybe getting out of work later this afternoon. But mostly cloudy skies in store for us today. We could see a break in the clouds and some sunshine try and peek through, with our highs only rising to the upper 50s and low 60s. Right now we're in the mid 40s around town, so it's a cool start to the work week. Highs, as I mentioned, are going to be in the low 60s, so this is closer to where we should be this time of year. But tomorrow we're warming things up. We'll have more sunshine. Still tracking a chance for some storms in the forecast and some 70s.
Good. 70s.
70s around the corner.
Wow, because Saturday was so nice.
It was
oh my goodness, I
nice.
want a repeat of that.
Yeah, but we got some rain around town. We needed it. My grass is all green. The flowers are blooming.
Yeah,
so more April showers in the forecast. The details coming up.
That's good.
For that reason, that's great.
Yeah.
Right. Well, thank you, Belen.
Sure thing.
Here's a question for those of you who live in Denver. Do you ever drive around and think there are too many marijuana businesses here? If so, some city leaders agree with you. Tonight, the City Council will consider a proposal to limit the number of pot businesses allowed in Denver. City Councilwoman Debbie Ortega came up with a proposal. It would also require marijuana grow operations to be at least 1,000 feet away from schools and homes. The current law only stipulates that grows have to be in industrial areas, but some neighborhoods like Globeville are a combination of industrial and residential areas. Ortega says those neighborhoods have a much higher concentration of pot businesses. There will be time for public comment on this issue in the council meeting next Monday.
Marijuana is also up for debate on the state level. Today, a committee is taking a second look at a law allowing medical marijuana use at public schools. Right now, no Colorado schools allow medical marijuana use for students. There is a new bill that would require schools to let nurses or caregivers administer medical pot with those with medical conditions that have it prescribed. The law does not allow, of course, the use of smoked marijuana on any school campus. And there's also a bill to ban a controversial form of therapy being heard today by a Colorado Senate committee. In an effort to protect the LGBT youth community, House Bill 1210 aims to ban conversion therapy. This technique has long been controversial. The goal of it is to change someone's sexual orientation or gender identity. The bill would stop state licensed mental health professionals from being able to practice conversion therapy on anyone younger than 18. Last month, the bill passed the House with bipartisan support. All right, so the list goes on, but we'll start with John Denver, Red Rocks Amphitheater, the Lumineers. The list goes on regarding Colorado music icons.
Oh my gosh, there's so many here, and they're all recognized in one place in Morrison. That place is the Colorado Music Hall of Fame. It's at the Trading Post at Red Rocks. It's full of our state's musical history, and it's been honoring some of the greats since its start in 2011. So this coming Saturday, one of Colorado's most well-known musicians, Glenn Miller, will be recognized. He'll share the spotlight with 5 others. One of the new inductees, Landy Garrett, has been performing in the area for 40 years. She is honored to be part of the group.
It's kind of mind-boggling to me. It was a validation of my peers that it just means the world to me.
Garrett will be performing with the Glenn Miller Orchestra in the induction ceremony. It's on Saturday at the Glenn Miller Ballroom in Boulder. Tickets are still available. We have more on the Colorado Music Hall of Fame today coming up on 9 News at 4. I think those tickets are going to be gone pretty soon,
yeah,
so get your
so
hands on them, the ones that are left. So I have a first grader who's working on her reading, and you know how important it is to encourage kids to read, especially when they're really, really young.
Absolutely. That's why starting today, 75,000 4-year-olds across our state will be treated to a brand new book. It's all because of one book for Colorado. There was an online competition among 3 books. All of them come in both English and Spanish. We're still waiting for word as to what book was picked. It's being announced any time right now. But there are going to be hundreds of places throughout Colorado where families can pick up the books for their 4-year-olds. Libraries, the best places to go to get the books up until April 25th. That's how many they have. And you can go online to onebook4, that's number 4, colorado.org to find out more about the book, where you can get yours, and hopefully by noon, we'll know.
I have a 4-year-old too, and she's looking forward to it because a couple years ago, the English and Spanish version, Se lo comió un oso, and my daughter prefers the Spanish version, so we don't know which one we'll get this year, but it's so fun to watch them just light up and get their own books.
They kind of brought it up because we have one book for Denver where there's like adult books, and then they thought, well, why don't we do this for kids around our state? That's great. So many different companies sponsor to make it all happen. So much community support for this.
Thank you for that. Well, when you're running for president, you know, it's good to have the support of your family, but 2 of Donald Trump's kids have some explaining to do.
Also, a program called Angel Paws is bringing joy to hospital patients with the help of some furry friends. Amelia Earhart has that story coming up for us. First, though, we'll talk more about the weather. How long will the dreary hang around? We want our Colorado sun back. Lynn will join us shortly.
Monday, everyone. Belen de Leon out here in the cool backyard, and cloudy as well. I know it's like kind of a gloomy start to the work week, but we do have warmer temperatures and sunshine. I just ordered it up. I looked at the menu. I said, that's what I want, and I've got it in store for you, okay? You're going to see it in that extended forecast. Not today, though. We've got still cloudy skies out there right now, though a bit of improvement across the state. Fort Collins, we had rain this morning. We had very wet sidewalks and very foggy conditions. So visibility has improved there, but you'll notice that those clouds are still hugging the mountains. Temperatures at 45 degrees out at DIA, and in the backyard, our temperatures are at 44 degrees. Let's check the weather across the state, starting off with your currents across the state. In northern Colorado, we've got 40s right now out on the eastern plains, mid-40s. In the high country, that mix of 40s and 30s in the western slope seems to be the warmest spot at 57 degrees. Afternoon highs are going to be around 67 out west, 50s in Aspen, Frisco 45. Around the metro area, we're going to get to 60 degrees here in the city with some of those clouds breaking up. In northern Colorado, 50s, and same goes for our friends out on the eastern plains. Now here's what's happening. We had a cold front that swept through Colorado yesterday. It brought us all these clouds, these colder temperatures, that rain, that snow, but now it's shifted into southern Colorado and the central part of the country. Something interesting happening. We have warm, humid air rising out of the Gulf of Mexico, and that's going to cause for a very stormy weather pattern in the Arklatex area today, where they have the potential of seeing some severe weather, tornadoes, large hail, damaging wind gusts. So unfortunately, I think we're going to be hearing weather headlines come from that part of the country today because of that very stormy weather. Our weather not as active. We could still see some scattered rain and snow showers in the high country, making it difficult for folks to get around. Around 5 o'clock, we're mostly cloudy here in the city. We could still see some of that weather and wet weather in the foothills and to the south near Monument Hill and Palmer Divide. Skies overnight will gradually clear. It'll be a little breezy, and then by tomorrow morning, we're waking up to that mix of clouds and sun. But your afternoon drive should be just fine. Temperatures in the 60s with mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, temperatures drop to around 40 degrees. Still some showers lingering in the foothills. And then tomorrow it gets warmer, the high of 69 degrees with some isolated storms in the forecast. 70s Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, we have another storm system arriving, bringing us the potential for some storms and wet weather into next weekend. Temperatures from the 70s into the 60s by next weekend. We've got the 9-day planning outlook coming up at the end of the newscast. Stick around.
The New York presidential primaries are just about a week away, and we know 2 New Yorkers who won't be voting for Donald Trump. His kids. Trump says 2 of his children, Eric and Ivanka, didn't know the rules, so they missed the deadline to register as Republicans in New York. That means they cannot vote in the state's primary election. Trump says his kids feel, quote, very, very guilty.
I bet.
Yeah.
You know, Eric and Ivanka haven't commented yet, but she just had her 3rd child, so she's got other stuff going on.
Well, I mean, I think they have plenty of time to do it, though, too.
Donald Trump joked, though, he might have to think of a punishment, like maybe taking away their allowance.
You think? Millions of dollars in allowance.
Just $1 million away.
He took it all in stride. He thought it was pretty funny, too. So, yeah. Yep, so that's a big talker today. So for 3 special pups, today marks the start of their careers as hospital therapy dogs.
Yeah, Castle Rock Adventist Hospital is starting those careers off with a blessing for the 3 dogs this morning. 9 News reporter Amelia Earhart is there with more. Hi, Amelia.
We are right outside of the chapel here at the hospital, and today is the kickoff of the Angel Paws program, which is a therapy dog program where the dogs will go into the room with their volunteer coordinators and visit and spend time with the patients who are going through all sorts of procedures and recoveries here. We're going to give you a peek inside the chapel, and in the meantime, we're going to talk to the hospital CEO, Todd Folkenberg. Todd, today the acute care patients are going to get visits from these dogs for the very first time. How does it feel to have this program starting up here at your hospital?
Yeah, we're really excited to start the program here. It's just one more added program and dimension to our healing arts program that we're started here at the hospital. So we all know that Coloradans love their pets. Unfortunately, they're not able to bring them into the hospital with them. So this allows us to kind of bring kind of the calming influence of dogs through a pet therapy program to the patients who may be going through a pretty anxious procedure or recovery here in our hospital.
What would you say are the top 3 benefits of having a therapy dog visit a patient?
That's a great question. One, we're huge proponents of whole person care. So we firmly believe that care is not just the medicine that we provide, it's really addressing the patient from a mind, body, spirit standpoint. So I think one benefit is we know that pets have a calming influence. Right. They're able to take a patient's mind off of things that are making them anxious and kind of ground them. Right. And so we've had huge benefits in terms of how that influences whole person care and the benefits it has. 2, while the program is predominantly focused on patients, our staff love having these pets around. So kind of having pets going through the hospital, they get to know the pets. And so they also kind of create a cool bond and help to advance the culture that we're looking for here at the hospital as well.
Yeah, it's been great. As the pets were arriving here outside of the chapel, everyone had a big smile on their face because seeing the Angel Paws program go into effect, I think it's just an overall just good wellness feeling here for the patients. Some of the patients were coming through to be a part of the event as well, and they really seem to be in good spirits. So again, you saw a peek into the chapel where the dogs are being blessed by the chaplain right now. Angel Paws is also accepting volunteers, and you can head and even send an email to angelpaws@centura.org to become a volunteer here at the hospital and then sign up your therapy dog to potentially make visits to some of these healing patients.
Sounds really sweet. Amelia, thank you.
Thanks, Amelia.
Those dogs look so nice and calm.
Yeah, well, they gotta be.
Yeah.
They don't want those puppies who are crazy running around that hospital. Speaking of dogs, it is National Pet Day.
So many of you have already shared pictures of your pets with us. We love to see these pictures. Dog, cat, turtle, everything in between. Go to Facebook or Twitter. Use the hashtag Beyond9. These are some really cute pets. One of the funniest ones I saw, though, was someone just posted a picture of a rock.
A rock, a pet rock. Taking your pet, your dog, for a walk is not only good for them, but it's really good for you too. And 9 News wants to keep you in tip-top shape.
Absolutely. So how you can take advantage of our 9 health fairs this week, that's coming up.
We do have an update on some breaking news that we brought you at the top of the show. The secure perimeter we mentioned at 5 Cherry Creek School District schools, it's been lifted now. Again, we don't know exactly what the cause was for the security concern earlier this morning, but everything is fine. Class is back to normal. All right, it is that time of year again, April, when we are also take a good look at just how healthy we are. Living healthy takes preparation, nutrition, sleep, mental health support, and exercise.
Absolutely. 9 health fairs are going on across the state throughout the month. So 9 News reporter Colleen Ferreira went to one of the fairs to tell us more.
Hey everyone, the 9 Health Fair here at Arvada Covenant Church winding down for the day, but it's okay if you missed today. You have all week long to pick a health fair, own your health. Jamie joins us this morning on 9 News to talk about exercise, one of those 5 pillars of health. Tomorrow, Jamie, on 9 News Mornings, we're talking about nutrition.
Nutrition. Caitlin's going to be in here. I had a great chat with her last week about the different things that's important to her. I love the things she has to say, and I would say the exercise piece is important, but if you have a chance to, really tune in and hear what she has to say, because actually the nutrition, especially if you're starting a journey, it's even more important than exercise.
They go hand in hand. We're going to talk about how to make some healthy eating choices. Clearly here I've got a plate that's not so healthy. Jamie has got a great plate. We're going to talk about meal plan options, all sorts of things.
Yes, also there's something called Eat the Rainbow. Now, the whole idea is that actually in the vegetable and plant world, color is king. The more range of colors you can eat, that actually, generally speaking, the more nutrition and vegetables and minerals you're going to get, vitamins and minerals you're going to get, to make sure that your health can be well-rounded and give yourself the best chance to stay away from any sort of lifestyle diseases that may want to creep in.
So that's a little preview for what's to come tomorrow morning. Remember, 9healthfair.org. You have so many options of where you can go to get your screening done. It is quick, it is easy. Metro Taxi, yes. Jamie, offering free rides to and from your health screening, so no excuses.
No excuses. Basically, what I like to say is, if you're not assessing, then you're guessing. The truth is, if you have the time, come in here and know your numbers. Knowing your numbers gives you power to know that nothing's going on, or if something is going on, you're able to take action before it gets too far away.
If you don't have insurance, that's okay. If you do have insurance, that'll help you here even more. You can get all those tests done. Remember, you always want to be 9 Health ready, don't you?
9 Health ready is the way to be.
Good. Some definitely good advice. So 9 Health Fair events are happening across the state this month.
Yeah, you can find all of the locations. They do all close at noon, so if you didn't get out the door today and there's not one literally right next door, you can go tomorrow. And there's so many. There has to be one close to your house. You just go to the website, put in your zip code, and you can find one nearby.
Definitely. It's pretty easy. So go and check that out on 9 Health Fair. 4 fairs are open tomorrow. That's where you can get free and low-cost medical screenings. Those fairs are in Denver, Boulder, Aurora, and Arvada. And I think I'm going to be out at Mississippi Avenue Baptist
I've
Church
been to
tomorrow
that
in
one
Aurora.
before. That's a good site.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good site.
Well, I'll be going there tomorrow. So
Okay.
come on out and come see us
And talk nutrition.
Yeah,
You're
we're
the
gonna talk
one.
about
You're
some
pretty
stuff.
healthy.
I'm going to take some notes though too.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
You can always learn.
So this story is so funny. I couldn't believe it when I read it. I haven't seen the video yet, but people are calling this guy the Hamburglar. Find out why this break-in has some people just laughing away.
Washington, D.C. police are trying to identify a burglar who was apparently really craving a burger. Surveillance video shows a thief entering a Five Guys restaurant.
Okay, he followed a delivery man in, waited for him to leave, got his ingredients, grilled the burger, and was talking on the phone at the same time. When he was done with his meal, he just walked out.
Oh gosh, couldn't wait for them to open.
I guess.
All right, let's take a look at that 9-day planning outlook. Close attention to what's happening this weekend. We could potentially see a strong storm in Colorado that could bring us some rain and also some snow with colder temperatures.
Okay.
All right.
Stay tuned.
All right, we will. We'll see you in a half hour, everybody, over on Channel 9.